Today I'm going to give you an overview of Samsung Bada, introduce that to you, and also introduce you to the team who's here today, the guys who will be with you after this event. So let's answer two questions first. What is Bada? I think you already know the answer to this. Bada's a new smartphone platform, and it's an execution environment for feature-rich apps and services. So far, so good. It's made up of framework, service, device layer, and a kernel. And at the back end, there is the Bada server side. Today, you'll hear a lot about this in the other sessions. But the differentiating feature of Bada, and what is Bada, is that it's an ecosystem. It's end-to-end. It's not just an execution environment. It will take the developer to the customer, where you've covered every single aspect of what you need to get your apps to market. We're providing full developer support. That's technical support through the Bada developer website, SDK, tools, and so on. Obviously, the mobile platform to deploy your applications on, and then application store to deploy your applications through. And we'll hear more about that later today as well. Important point, if some of you have missed this, is that Samsung Keys is the PC suite that we're providing to help people connect to Samsung App Store. Those of you who haven't downloaded it, I recommend you do. Useful tool, connects to Samsung Wave, will allow you to buy applications, particularly the large content, easy to download over the web on your PC. So let's have a look at some of the main features of Bada. First off, for the developer, common UI controls, easy to use, and some specialized controls, map control, web control, and flash control. Web and flash controls making it easier for developers to port their applications. And of course, we've got all the features you'd expect in a top-of-the-range smartphone. So multi-touch, vibration control, motion and sensors, and face tracking and recognition. As I mentioned at the beginning, there's a service side to this. What have we got? We've got social networking. You can mash up with external social networking services, Twitter, MySpace, and so on. And you can also manage your own social networking services, user profile, and buddies. There's also location-based service support, maps and points of interest, routing and geocoding, and zone events. We're also covering content management. You can store your content remotely and locally, and you can browse and search for content. And most importantly, we're offering a global payment system and in-application purchasing. Again, you'll get more details about this later on in the presentations today. Let's have a look at the SDK. Based on common open standards, Eclipse, CDT-based, UI Builder for helping intuitive UI design. It's all there on the website, ready for you to use today. And of course, there's the developer website itself. What do we have? The IDE, UI Builder, a simulator, lots of sample code. It's all there. We're also producing video tutorials, producing content and education materials in lots of different ways to make it as easy as possible for you to get up and running as fast as possible. One other thing as well today is that we will be launching a book this month, e-publication, free to download. You'll be able to find that linked to from the Bada developer site. It's a good introduction to the whole of Bada and getting started. So you can get it while it's free. Later this year, there'll be a printed copy, and you'll have to pay for it. We're also providing continuous and free support to developers through the forums. Two types. There is communities for developers, as you'd expect, blogs, message boards, and so on, and an opportunity to freely discuss your issues with Samsung developers. And there's also premium support. Again, let me say again, this is free support to partners. You'll find out more details about that in the presentation about Samsung apps.